Broadcasting from Baltimore, Maryland, where the Green Party's national convention is underway. I'm joined by Dr. Jill Stein, Green Party 2012 presumptive presidential nominee, and by Sherry Honkala, Green Party's vice presidential nominee, national coordinator of the Poor People's Economic Human Rights Campaign.
Sherry is an incredibly inspired human being and mother who was a homeless single mother and who began to take over empty buildings, saying there are buildings there are homes that are empty there, and there are people like me who are sleeping out on the street. What's wrong with this picture?
The issues that I'm going to focus on are the section of the population that has totally been forgotten about. Neither Obama or Mitt Romney have raised any of these issues. When you talk about the P word, poverty, they haven't talked about the mortgage foreclosure crisis. They haven't talked about the school-to-prison pipeline. They haven't talked about the disabled. This is at a time when people are losing their jobs all across the entire country. Well, there's a high chance that they're never going to see employment ever again. That is until Jill and I are elected and we take the unemployment centers and turn them into employment centers.
Former U.S. Congresswoman and presidential candidate Cynthia McKinney just returned from a fact-finding trip to Libya, and she's with us live in New York.
The United States has no business being involved in the death and destruction that is going on in Libya right now. The United States needs to take care of home. In every town that we've been to, they're laying off teachers. People are asking for health care. People are asking for jobs. They're asking for decent education for not only their children, but the opportunity to provide lifelong learning. The decision makers in Washington, D.C. have chosen to finance war after war after war after war, death and destruction in other parts of the world, while we decay here at home. You cannot have guns and butter. You cannot finance war and finance the needs of the people. So cut out the war financing and bring those war dollars home.
And Congresswoman, I mean, does it even matter who's in power, whether it's the Democrats or the Republicans anymore? I mean, it seems that these kinds of decisions continue to get made regardless of who's in power.
It does matter who's in the White House. The problem, however, is that who's in the White House so far has been from the Democratic Party or the Republican Party, and both of those parties have proven themselves to be war parties. That is the problem. So just as we are seeing the political process open up and Green Party members being able to enter into the European Parliament, the parliaments of the various European states, even in Canada now, I think the voters are going to have to understand that they've got to vote neither Democrat nor Republican if they truly want peace and justice and a sane economy that respects our environment and respects the people who contribute to it. Don't give up. Continue to contact your member of Congress and tell them stop financing the U.S. war machine.
Most of you know that I opposed this war from the start. I thought it was a tragic mistake.
But that was false. As president, Obama has not withdrawn America from Iraq and has backed U.S. military action in Afghanistan, Pakistan, Somalia, and Yemen, and approved a military budget of $708 billion, the biggest war spending of all time.
It would be very difficult to find a black person in the United States, just an average, ordinary person who supports any of these wars, and yet these wars are being carried out in blackface.
All Dick Cheney jokes aside, Obama may just have something presidential in him. It's not just his fire in the belly. According to the New England Historic Genealogical Society, Obama is related to not one, not two, but at least 6 U.S. presidents. Both Presidents Bush, Gerald Ford, LBJ, Harry Truman, and James Madison, who wrote the Constitution. 6 U.S. presidents in Obama's extended family. Tonight's Hardball Big Number.
The Matrix is a system, Neo. That system is our enemy. But when you're inside, you look around, what do you see? Businessmen, teachers, lawyers, carpenters, the very minds of the people we are trying to save. But until we do, these people are still a part of that system, and that makes them our enemy. You have to understand, most of these people are not ready to be unplugged. And many of them are so inert, so hopelessly dependent on the system, that they will fight to protect it. Were you listening to me, Neo? Or were you looking at the woman in the red dress?
I was...
Look again. Who's it?
This isn't the Matrix?
No. It's another training program designed to teach you one thing. If you are not one of us, you are one of them.
We continue with Senator Rosenfeld.
Well, I was saying that I'm right and he's wrong. No. I'm right and he's wrong. No. I'm pretty sure that I'm right and he's wrong. That is simply not true. I'm right, he's wrong. The facts speak for themselves. I'm right and he's wrong. Well, okay, but I'm right and he's wrong. Don't fall for a single word he's saying, folks. I'm right. He's wrong. No, I'm right and he's wrong. No, I'm right and he's wrong. Oh, please. Everyone knows that I'm right and he's wrong. 50% of America believes that I'm right and he's wrong. Only because 50% of America thinks I'm right and he's wrong. Of course, because I'm right and he's wrong.
Everyone knows that I'm right and he's wrong.
Yeah,
it's
but
common knowledge.
Yeah, but I'm right and he's wrong.
So there you have it, folks. Now get out there and vote, because it's really you who runs this country.
See, because I'm right and he's wrong. No, I'm right and he's wrong.
Yeah, but he's right and you're wrong.
Can we just focus on the fact that I'm right and he's wrong?
Not unless we can agree that I'm right and he's wrong.
I can't believe I'm hearing this. I'm right and he's wrong.
See, but I'm right and he's wrong.
I mean, there's at least a 50-50 chance that I'm right and he's wrong.
I'm looking right square in the eyes telling you I'm right and he's wrong.
We now return to Emotion Trumps Rationale on Fox News.